Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the Alliance Boss Showcase, the left path, which is arguably the easy path. We're going to go through it, we're going to look at the counters, and we're going to talk about the fights. So let's jump into it. So once you start the first fight, that is going to be a common fight, is going to be a Warlock. Now he comes with the nodes power start 1, so your attacker will start with 1 bar of power. There's a encroaching stun, so every 20 seconds the attacker will inflict a stun on you unless you're using a special attack. There's also reluctant retaliation, so if you use a special attack twice in a row within 15 seconds, your potency is reduced by 40% and the defender will gain 50% extra damage for each buff. To be honest, very simple, straightforward Warlock fight. Bring in any cosmic champion that can work and you can take him down quite easily. I've brought in a Serpent. I know it's a rank 4 and I've really boosted. I did that to keep the video short. You can use the same champion in rank 3 and get the same results. I'm giving you a bunch of options that you can use instead, so make sure to use it. You can bring down Warlock quite easily. Now moving on to the next fight, it's going to be against Karolina Dean. Now there is going to be Rage with Glancing, Rise to Power. So if you knock her down and she hits you in the block, she's going to gain a lot of power. So there are two ways to deal with this. So the first thing you need to know that you need to learn how to dex her SP1. That is going to be important. Keep her to an SP1 and then you can either bring in a champion that can buff control like Liko Minoru or somebody like Black Widow Clairvoyant. You can also use somebody that can use the buffs to your advantage, or you can bring a science champion that can reverse that power gain with the Petrify. So that's how you take down Karolina Dean. I know this video is quite quick, but you can use those champions to take them down. Next one is going to be a champion with Frightful Node on it. So you will need, ideally you will need somebody that is from Fantastic Force. There's going to be invulnerability boost, so the first 3 hits taken by the defender are going to deal no damage to you. There's also Special Burst Neutralize, so when the defender will activate a special attack, the attacker is inflicted with a 75% neutralize. There's Combat Deja Vu. Using the same type of special attack will apply placebo on you. There's also Prey on the Feeble, but to be honest, the fight is really simple. Keep Tigra to an SP1 and she will gain power with Prey with the Feeble. So if you have somebody with power control, that can work. So I'm just using Leader here. By the way, you can use Leader also for the Liko Minoru fight if you can dex the SP1s, and you can also bring somebody like Void or Anti-Venom. They can also work against Tigra and as well as Liko Minoru. Then again, most of this path have champions with power gain, so anybody with power control will work super well. So I used my SP1 in the beginning to deal quite a bit of damage to Tigra, and then with my SP1 spam I'm able to bring down Tigra with all the damage either. And moving on to fight number 4, that is going to be Sauron. Now that is a very simple regular Sauron. You can use any champion, to be honest. The only thing is there's going to be fisticuffs for the first 30 seconds. You cannot gain or apply any debuffs on the opponent, and same for the opponent as well. There's also critical setup, so whenever the attacker will end a combo with the same attack, there's a 100% chance you're going to crit. So use the same type of 5-hit combo and you're good to go. Apart from that, there is Daunting Doom also, so anytime a champion will gain a bar of power, the attacker will be inflicted with 10% Daunted. But to be honest, not really a difficult fight. There is no Frightful Node here, so you can bring in any of your favorite champion to take Sauron down. I've taken it with Ironheart as well, but this time around I went with Spider-Woman because I will use her in another fight as well. So just got my SPT win with my Furies. Now I'm gonna use my Striker and throw that SP1 out, and I'm gonna apply those power stings with the Retribution, and when he will activate that special one, he will die right away. So yeah, that was fight number 4. Jumping on to fight number 5. Now this is going to be a roadblock fight if you don't bring in the right champion. So the first things first, you're going to start with power start 1, so that is going to be helpful to you. Second one, there's Hazard Shift, Cold Snap and Bleed. So you either need a champion that can that is Cold Snap immune or Bleed immune and only hit during that phase. If you bring in a champion, somebody like Iceman, he will work super well as well because he is Cold Snap and Bleed immune. As always, I will give you a bunch of options that you can use. Now there's also Conflictor here. Now you can get all of these fights done with only 3 champions also if you have them. that would be your Serpent. Another one would be your Void or Nico Minoru. And those three champions should be more than enough to get these done. And you can bring a Vax pre-fight for the Conflictor node here, but to be honest, you don't really need it. The only thing you need to be careful about is her Unstoppable. So if you're using a Serpent, the way I'm going to counter that is once I get to, for example, down to 3 hits only or 2 hits only, I use my special attack 2 that is unblockable during his Unstoppable. So the Unstoppable runs out and then the last hit of the SP2 knocks him down. So that is the strategy that worked for me. So I'm going to do it right here. Just keep a lookout. I have an SP2. I'm going to hit in the block. So the first hit of the special 2 triggers are Unstoppable and the last hit knocks him down. Very safe to take out Gentle like that. I'm only hitting in the Cold Snap phase because Serpent is immune to Cold Snap. So make sure that you have the right champion with her. It's just a regular Gentle fight with a little bit of power gain, to be honest, not really difficult. So you might have to bring like a specialized counter for this fight. There is a bunch of counters that you can use. I've given you on the right side of the screen. Just check them out. I would also use Iceman. I think he will work super well here, but because I already had a rank 4 Serpent, so I just used him. Again guys, I am boosted. I'm trying to keep the video as short as possible, but you can use your rank 3 champions also to take them down. I will not suggest you to go with your 6-star champions because that is going to be difficult to deal with. And just like that, we are able to take Gentle down, and he's going to just drop right there. We're going to move on to the next fight. That is going to be Galan. Now with Galan, we all know that he's going to be annoying to deal with because of all of his planetary mass whenever he will gain a buff. So you need somebody that can control his buffs. So the same champion that you used for Nico Minoru with the buff control, the same champion that you used for the first fight, that was for the second fight, that was against your Karolina Dean, you can use for this fight as well. I'm using a Nico Minoru, so she will do amazing. Every time I'm going to remove those buffs and knock him down, he's going to lose the planetary mass. I'm going to keep the buff immunity on Galan, and that is going to work out super well for me. You can use Kushala also. You can also use Modo, or you can also use Black Widow Clairvoyant. All will work. You will start with the PS1, and then there's also Supercharge. If you are going to buff control him, it's going to be very easy to deal with. Now the next fight is back to your fights that are going to be for the both available for both paths, and it is going to be a frightful fight, so nothing to worry about. The global node is super easy to deal with. Is ready for all things. Is Power Start 1, so you're going to start with Power Start, and you also have good advice boost, so you have a 15% attack rating, and you will also do passive stun. Basically there is Vags applied on it. Attacker has a regeneration boost, and there is Safeguard as well with stunning reflection. Now remember that you need a champion that can apply bleeds or shock, but if you don't have that, just play stun immune like I am. Now I have a Spider Woman. She just literally destroys Enchantress, so if you have her, bring her out and she's going to do amazing. You can use other science champions like Silk as well. I'll give you options, and you should be able to get through that fight. And the boss is going to be your Peni Parker. So for this fight, you have to bring in a champion that can deal and take down that shield super quick. So it's mostly going to be your cosmic champions that also have the ability to kind of bypass the auto block, but don't really worry about it, because if you have enough Furious, you can bring the shield down fast. Push her to an SP2 or SP1, whatever. Super easy boss to deal with. You just have to take care about the stun immunity, and also there you are going to get invulnerability boost. So the first 3 hits that you take from Peni Parker are not going to deal any damage. You're also going to have Power Start 1, and there is going to be Adaptive and Energize, just your regular boss node. There are plenty of options. Now one thing is that True Sense will not work on the auto block, so be careful about that. Just hit in the block with all of those passive furies. You should be able to bring down the shield very quick. You can also use champions that can bypass auto block, or champions that are immune to power drain. So there are plenty of options that can work. I've given you on the right side of the screen. So yeah, that's about it. That is all of your left path. That is the easy path. I'll be back with the right path video. Let me know in the comment section what champion did you use, and if this video helped you out. I know this video is very quick and very fast paced. I try to like boost and finish the video fast, so it's only for 10 minutes. So yeah, if you have any more questions, let me know in the comment section. I would love to answer you guys. And apart from that, guys, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.